At what point did you and Labour decide that Mr Murdoch's ownership of so much media was malign?
Well, I think it's been a continuing preoccupation, and certainly when I was Culture Secretary, I made sure that the Communications Act had a provision in it to safeguard plurality in the light of convergence and to address precisely the kind of situation that we're in today with News International wanting to acquire BSkyB.
As Culture Secretary, you relaxed the laws on media ownership in this country.
No, I actually made it easier for local newspapers to own local radio stations.
No, you relaxed
and television.
the laws. You made it easier for mergers and cross-ownership of different kinds of media to happen. That was one of the purposes of the bill. I remember covering it at the time. A lot of people didn't like it.
But we safeguarded the fact of convergence, that people would read newspapers online, the threat to local newspapers, with the plurality provisions to ensure that the number of voices and the range of views still predominated.
It's an interesting rewriting of history.
I don't think so,
You were presented by the Information Commissioner by a report in 2006 that showed the illegal gathering of information was rife in British newspapers. It was endemic, and indeed the News of the World was by not anywhere near the worst. Why did the last Labour government do nothing about that?
We certainly should have done.
Why didn't you?
Why didn't we? I don't think there's any good reason to explain why we didn't do anything about it, Andrew, and we certainly should have done.
Because you were in bed with Rupert Murdoch.
No, that's not. No, that. I mean, that. I think I think this is overstated, and the focus now is on a news organisation which appears to have committed in a pretty systematic way a number of criminal acts, and I think that you've got to just create a bit of sense of proportion about the inevitability that politicians like me, politicians like Don, will have relationships with newspaper editors. That will continue, but it should be motivated by the public interest and not by any other interest.